everyone. Welcome to TreeWalker Talks, episode 54, Waiting. Got a little bit of a cough today, so hopefully we can keep this going. Outside working in the rain and the cold yesterday kind of did me, and I'll get into that more in a minute. First off, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. So I've been having a hard time getting this podcast around and done for the Friday, like I was usually doing. So I think if I'm going to have to nix one, like if for the week I don't have time, I'm not going to be able to do it, I think it's going to be Twigs. So I think we're going to flip-flop. And from now on, I'm going to try to get TreeWalker Talks out on Tuesday. And we'll do Twigs, because they take a lot less time, out on Fridays. So this will be the first Tuesday episode. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that this new schedule doesn't mess you up or anything. It's just easier because, a lot of you know, I work second shift. And it's hard to get away and record things when everybody's here, moving around and that, because I don't have the shed out back, the shack, whatever you want to call it, the workshop, completely done yet, just because of time issues and things that have been going on. But I could record in there, but I haven't got the computer setup done yet. But that's the plan in the future, is then I can go out there anytime during the day, any day, and go out and record. But for now, I'm kind of limited to when it's quiet in the house. And Sunday nights, which right now people are gone, so it's actually like 12:30, so just after noon on Sunday, and I'm having coffee and that, and I actually had a good sleep. So I'm getting it done now, but it'll probably usually be done on Sunday nights. But that also gives it a nice wrap-up for the week, too, instead of doing it halfway through the week. So for this episode, let's go to the homestead update. It's been cold, it's been wet, it's been rainy, and the leaves are falling, which makes it even worse, because my yard needs mowed. It would probably be the last time, truthfully. But with, like, yesterday, I don't know, we got inches of rain. I'd say that because our yard was semi-flooded, so I don't know, but it rained pretty much all afternoon, which really hurt when I was trying to get my tire off because it kept leaking, and I was looking for the spot to plug it, but that's not what was wrong. What was wrong is it had actually broke the bead somehow and was slowly leaking through that. So I took a trip uptown, try to find someone to re-see it. And let me just tell you that whole story. First place I went to, which was Bell Tire. I didn't know this till later. They do free tire repairs. Well, there were two people at the desk up front doing nothing. I mean, sitting there, literally doing nothing. And I walk in and I say, "Hey, do you have time to do a tire for me?" I said, "The seal, the bead broke." He said, "No, we only got two people out there working, so, and it's 2:30 and we close at 5, so I don't think we'll have time." And I'm like, "Really? There's two of you sitting here doing nothing?" And I just said, "All right, I'll find someone to take care of my needs from here on out, too." I'll never go back to Bell Tire. They were Tire Man. They were good then. Now they don't do appointments or anything. It's just first come, first serve. That's bull. I understand keeping some spots open for that, but I'm done. I'm not going to Bell Tire. Then I went down to Tuffy, and there was a guy in there alone. And I said, "Hey, do you have time to do a tire?" And he's like, "I'm the only one here." He says, "Everybody else is gone today. They left at 2. He goes, "Actually, I'm just sitting here watching the game. In case we need to get somebody in for an appointment, I can schedule them in." And I said, "Hey, that's cool. I understand." And he's like, "Did you try Midas down the road?" First off, that's what we need in this world. We need somebody who's going to look at it and go, "You know what? I can't service this guy, but he needs something. Let me send him to somewhere who can do it." Not, "Well, no, I don't know anybody else that does it. You can just come back here on Monday." I thanked him gratefully, and I went down the road, went to Midas. Midas was busy, and I walk up, and the guy said, I go, "How's it going?" He says, "I'm in a pickle." I said, "That's not really what I wanted to hear." And he laughed, and I said, "I got a tire that blew a bead out there. I just need it put back on the rim, essentially." And he's like, "Well, I'm swamped. I can't do it." And then he got real quiet to me and says, "Hey, do me a favor." This was at like 2:45. He says, "Come back at 4:30. I'll get you in." I said, "All right, I really appreciate it." So I left, came back, got in there. There was an unbelievable amount of people there. And the guy who was running the register area was the one that took my tire and took it back and worked on it in between giving paperwork and giving it out to people. And this is where I learned, when he was done, I said, "All right, what do I owe you?" He says, "Nothing." I said, "Well, I got to pay you something." He says, "No, we all do free tire repairs." And then it hit me. That's why nobody had time for it, because it wasn't going to make them money. Except for the Tuffy and the Midas guy were great, but Bell Tire, it wasn't going to make them money, so why would they do it? And this guy, knowing it wasn't going to make him money, got me in. So if I need work done, I'm probably going to take it to this guy. I chatted with him for a bit, and I asked him if I could pay him something. And he said, well, that's up to you. And I know it's, to a lot of people, it's not much. But I go back to when I used to have it done, and it'd be like $5 or $6. So I gave him $10. And he shook my hand and thanked me, and I thanked him for getting me in. You know, that's what we need. We need people who are actual real people, not just corporate junks. Okay, let me get the soapbox out of the way here. I haven't had time to do much out there on the homestead. We're back to homestead update. I haven't had time to do much out there. It's been a pretty busy time, and then like last weekend, I was working we worked 6 days last week, so that was kind of busy. Yesterday we had the rain in my tire, and it was the youngest's birthday, and she had cross country, so I had to go watch her at cross country districts, and they did move on. And then we went out to eat, and then it was pretty much time to do the tire, and that was all I had time for. Plus, being in the rain and the cold, it just wiped me out. I mean, I did pull the front of it into the garage, but it was still damp and just wet, and my back was already bothering me, and that didn't help out. Okay, I haven't done much on the ducklings or chicks lately. I did separate them both, and the chickens killed one of the chicks. So we knew about the ducks. The ducks went in their own little pen, so the chicks went back with the ducks. And actually, they all looked very happy. And I always thought I wanted ducks that were friendly, that would come up to you and weren't afraid of you, because last time we had ducks, they'd run as far away from you as they could get. I don't know about that anymore. Now when I go to the door to get their food dish or that, they bum rush me, and a couple of them nibble on me, and they just want to run right out the door. So hopefully today I will get out there. I need to plant garlic, because it's actually 2 days past when I should have had it in by. There's a window, and that's outside the window, but we're getting up in the 70s this coming week, so that should be okay. We'll get it. But I'll get that in first, and I want to get working on the pens a little bit more. I'd like to at least get the duckling chick pen ready to go, so I can get them in there so they've got better sleeping area, more room. One of the big things is they won't go up into the coop. I don't know why, but the ducks that I have and the other one go up in the coop, but these won't. So we'll get that going for them. All in prep for hopefully, which we'll talk about more, but I'm planning on going on a week-long trip. So I'll talk about that in the main topic. What's growing on? Well, as I mentioned, it's cold, kind of rainy. Most stuff's dying off out there. Sweet potatoes are starting to pull back, so I kind of wanted to wait on the first frost, because supposedly that pushes the sugars back into the root area, but they're kind of dying off, so I think we're probably going to dig those up soon, maybe during the week this week. The prairie fire peppers are still going. I haven't been out there to see if I need to get more. I'm not harvesting a whole lot from them, but they pack a punch, and I want to try to I need to do something with the ones I already picked, but I want to try to make a hot sauce with them. Okay, on to the main topic. Let me get a drink of coffee. Look, Sunday morning coffee. I know, some people afternoon's not morning, but for me, second shifter, it is. Okay, ooh, good coffee. So the title of the main topic and of this episode is waiting. 4 years ago, actually 4 years ago this month, I got laid off. And it was a job where I thought I would probably retire from. I enjoyed the work. The pay was good. I enjoyed most of the people I worked with. And I was on the road for them as local, but I was still doing work at a job up here in the same town I live in. And I got home that night, and I got a phone call that I was laid off. There was like 60-some people they laid off that day with a phone call. They didn't even do it in the office. They didn't do that. And then they had the police there Monday morning in case anybody tried to come. I mean, to me, if you think you need the police like that, then you did something wrong, morally and just ethically wrong. But that's not what this is about. But it did change my perspective on some things. Hit me hard, but through really some of it was prepping. We had food. We had that, I didn't have to worry about it. And I did get a severance package. And I'd been working a lot. I mean, I've been on the road for them 3 times that year, and this was 2019. 3 times that year, I went to Wisconsin. I went to Bowling Green, Kentucky, to the Corvette plant, and then here in town. It hit me hard because I never thought, since they were sending me on the road, they'd ever lay me off. But it is what it is on that. But it made me think that I shouldn't be working just for money all the time. I mean that's what I was doing, and I got debt. My camper, that's a huge payment. My truck, that's a huge payment. So it kind of put me in a buckle there, where I had to earn this much, find a job where I could earn that much so I could go. But I still went ahead and I went up to Michigan to find myself, to see what was going on again. So I embarked on a week-long journey to head up to Michigan. And I was just going to the area where a family goes to, like, mushroom hunt, that sort. And I was going to stay at the campground, just kind of see what was in the area. And I did that for, I think, the first day. I think I stayed there 2 nights because I drove up and stayed. And then the second day I did the same thing. And I saw quite a few things in the area. I drove up. I think it might have been on the second day I drove up. So I stayed 1 night and then drove up to see the Aquioc Falls, which I've shown in videos and stuff on my page, on my YouTube channel. And was just captivated by it. I was like, wow, this is magical. It's beautiful. I walked the area and stuff, and there was a king salmon there. It was dead. Once they spawn, they start dying, and it was not in good shape. But it gave me the drive to head up to the UP. So I was already part way up that way, so I just head over, like, through Rogers City, up along the coast, and went up to Taquaminian Falls. It might have been later in that, because I didn't stay the whole week. But that might have been the second day or third day, I think. And so I head up there, and I just punched it into the GPS, and the GPS took me there up along the coast. And I went to both lower and upper, and I'm probably killing the name, but Taquaminian Falls, and they were just gorgeous. As I sat there watching them, I thought maybe I'd go up to Whitefish Point. I think that's the name of it. And, see that. But it didn't hit me. I'm with somebody. I'm in a relationship. And that was truthfully one of the things that always got me when I go out when I wasn't in a relationship. Is, man, I wish I had somebody to share all this with. And, she likes the outdoors and that. And so I said, that's it. I'm going to head home early. And I'm going to save some of this so we can come visit the area and do it together. Because, that's what I wanted. So I drove home, got home early, surprised, and explained that to her. Well, that's 4 years ago. And there's been several times where I've tried to say, hey, let's go do that again. Let's go up there. Let's just go up for an extended weekend or something. But there's always something going on. There's always some activities the kids are doing, or it's too late because they schedule her out 3 months ahead of time or something at work. And I'm like, you just tell them you're taking the day off. But so here I am 4 years after that. And, I've gone up mushroom hunting that, but I haven't gone to the UP. And again, I've found myself in a position since I took the new position at work that, like the second week of November, I get vacation. Renewed 2 weeks vacation and like a couple personal days to use by the end of the year. Now, they will pay them out to me, so there's that. But I thought, you know what? I need to take a week and just head up to the UP. I'm going to head up to Michigan regardless. But depending, because this is November, I'm going to go the week after Thanksgiving. And this is November, so late November. So there could be too much snow to really go up and do much in the UP. We'll see. We'll play that when we get there. If not, then I'll tuttle around down in where we go mushroom hunting and stuff. And even if there's snow, I can get around there, no problem. There's enough paved roads and stuff. So I've been planning that trip. I offered to take somebody with me, but of course there's things going on. So I'm going to be doing it alone again. No biggie. I enjoy that. And that's why I have you guys, right? I put videos out to to share my experiences and let you see places you may never get to go. But the key topic I wanted to touch on today was waiting. No matter how much someone means to you, no matter how much you love them, want to spend time with them or that, you have to look. Okay, in these last 4 years, my knee's gotten worse. It does need replaced. I was told that 27 years ago it was going to need to be replaced eventually because there's arthritis in it. Made it a pretty good long time with it. My shoulder, I have an injury on my shoulder, and it really hurts sometimes. Yeah, the list goes on and on. I injured my ankle. I kind of ripped the one muscle off of the tendon or whatever it is down there. So I wear hiking boots for that. That takes care of that. But I think some of that weight's heavier on my knee. And sometimes when I roll over at night, there's a burning pain under my knee. That's new, just started here recently. But it kind of made me stop and think. I'm not spring chicken. And it's getting worse and worse, right? Inevitably, if I wait too long, I'm not going to be able to crawl down those slippery rocks. Possibly fall to my death. That's always a possibility. My sister told me that once. She says, all these places you go, the harder it is to get there, the harder it's going to be to find your body. But you know what? Family should have a good adventure, right? That's joking. I don't plan on dying at any of these places, even though I could think of a lot of worse ways to, places to die. But I do kind of go places where a lot of people don't. Legally, I've never done this, but, there's possibly, I could jump fences and go down old paths at Hocking Hills and take the girls down there to see what the old path looked like. That's possible. I might see a trail that leads off along the river and go follow it, find new places that haven't been seen for a lot of people for a lot of years, or me ever. One of the models I live by is if I go down a road that I've never been on, then it's been a good day. So that's why I called this one waiting. You can't just keep waiting on somebody, because if you do, you may never make it. Because some people, there's always excuses. And maybe that's your excuse is, well, I can't go because I'm waiting on this person. And it came to me that, I can go see this by myself. And then if the significant other or whoever you want to take with you wants to go later, you can take them again. I'm going to probably stop at the Taquamenan Falls again because they were gorgeous and I love to see them. Wish I could have went earlier and maybe caught more of the leaves, but that's okay. The leaves are gone. You can see more through the woods and stuff. Might catch some moose. So, you just can't put your life on hold for people. You can always take them again. You can always go again. Because guess what? I think there's 108. I don't know. The map I have in front of me says there's 76 waterfalls of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. There's no way I'm going to visit all of them. I really want to go to the Keweenaw Peninsula because on my bucket list is to see the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights. And supposedly they're very good to see that time of year. So that's huge. I really want to get up there. So even if it's snowy up, they plow the main highways. And the main highway, I do believe, goes all the way up there. We might just go on a road trip up to there anyways. And, of course, I'll try to record as much as I can, but I also need healing time. So that's my thing for the day. Don't wait on others to move forward. Move forward, and then bring them up to you. Raise them up with you. All right. Thanks for listening. I hope maybe this touched you in some way. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit longer this time because I had extra time here on a Sunday and I'm awake and not ready for bed. So hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more content and hope you like the new format where we're doing, well, I guess not format, schedule where we've kind of switched it around. And I hope to see you on the next one. Remember, stay live out there and keep on surviving.